You can click X, Mike. Oh, no, I think he's just left his set. I'm about to. Yeah. Yeah. What color you wearing, Mike? Black or white? Bet.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. As it'll be the 6-time Super Bowl champs from the AFC, the Pittsburgh Steelers, taking on the NFC champions, the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, excited for this one. I mean, Charles, the Steelers back in the Super Bowl once again. Their 9th appearance overall, second only to the Patriots 11. But if the Steelers win this one, then they'd be on top of the all-time win standings as it would be their 7th title.
What a franchise. Come on, join me for a minute, okay? Come back to the 1970s with me. Back to the steel curtain defense. Back to Terry Bradshaw, quarterback. Throwing to Lynn Swann and John Stallworth. Franco Harris running the football with Rocky Blyer. That team was something, all right? And that started the path to where we are right here, right now. This team's pretty good, too. And they want their own history? What an accomplishment this would be to win a...
Well, I mean,
for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Meanwhile, the L.A. Rams back in the Super Bowl after losing last year's game 13-3 to the Patriots in Atlanta, and they certainly are hoping that their offense is in tow this go-around.
And this is a franchise, having lost last year, all they talked about was getting back to this game and getting some redemption. There have been teams who have done it in the past. The Cowboys did it Super Bowls 5 and 6. The Dolphins did it in Super Bowls 6 and 7. And more recently, New England did it in Super Bowls 52-53. You lose the first one, win the second one. The Rams believe this second one will be theirs.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Well, a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter,
You
first
just sound like you
drive,
watching a real
first
football
interception
game.
thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
He changed it.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You got 2 blocks.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Goff flushed out right. Then he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I don't take this play.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On second down, it's Pollard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Throwing on third, Goff. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, team 6, team 6. Jack 16.
This time, Roethlisberger will throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Throwing on second and long. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. On first down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No score after one on EA Sports.
My straight was a through that I ain't saying.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got the first down inside the 10.
And then you go, okay. Then you go and celebrate.
With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have now moved out in front. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Back to throw, Goff. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Dummy, what play did I do, dummy?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to
I mean, that thing don't even work. You just ran.
This
that thing is a mudslinging.
7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
You don't want to turn your mic. You turned your mic on and started talking.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
What are you talking about? You don't want to turn your headset
on.
on.
In practice this week, and for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our
Go spacing. No foul. Hey, echo.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. They'll find Taylor. That's complete.
Oh, this move is
6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Like 80.
Let's pick it up. It's out.
Sniffers. 66.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! 22-jet bombers. 22-jet bombers.
Slam.
Take 2 of them.
Now Taylor. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Roethlisberger. Now he's going to throw deep back. And this is caught. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fighting, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6
Going
points.
to my
And
play,
that's
but
going to be
man,
a
he's
tough one for the
killing me.
defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hold on. Check. Watch the shit. Hey, exit. Watch the shit.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is gone. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Taylor. There to make the tackle, Samson Abuka. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Let's go.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Yo, double, who just hit him like that, yo?
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Why was it, dummy? I ain't even taking it out no more, dummy. I don't even know who hit him, dummy. I don't even know who hit him.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now on 2nd and 16, Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about
it's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 84 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by one more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Get ready! Get ready! Get ready!
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always have about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that
that?
you're used to
Like,
touching the
ain't nobody
football
even
that makes
on.
big plays and give
Nobody
them that
even on.
opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
From the 38, Goff.
He wide open. These niggas not blocking this nigga, yo.
T.J. Watt, credit him with a sack, and
He
it goes as a
fumbling.
loss of 6.
On a kickoff,
And
him
that's his
picking it
third
up,
sack,
scoring.
and that ties a Super Bowl record. Makes me think of my old college teammate, Reggie White. He had 3 with the Green Bay Packers in Super Bowl 31. Darnell Dockett of Arizona, Super Bowl 43. And Coney Ealy. 3
Yo, Robert! This game's so crazy. Like, what am I supposed to
He's the one to
do?
get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Boy,
I mean, it's no jelly. I know who I can run in a play that get
Go
open.
for it on 4th down. And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is, and this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
The forward button got in the backfield in 2 seconds.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
That's it, baby. That's it. Like 5.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. I'm coming.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So I'm not sure how they feel
about that. That golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went back and then got 3.
That was easy to
because
come
the
back.
silver lining is they got the 3, right? You're talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it.
Yo!
That time escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
No way hit.
On 1st down, it's gone. He's letting it fly for got a man.
Finally!
Touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks, 44 yards. And it's for pride now, but the Rams do get a bit closer. Zerline connects on the
I fumbled on the kickoff, and it was a wrap after that. Mind you, it was 17-0 at half.
Just a slight bit more
it was 17-0 before I fumbled on the kickoff.
Down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. He goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. On first down, it's Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he's in.
Look how my player got stuck on the line, right? And then I had to go over on my
touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
See those moves, yo?
Boswell now.
Yo.
The touchdown.
I hate this game, yo.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
Nah, it doesn't.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view. You're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Here's Goff. And my goodness, another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return.
He was supposed to do a corner route. Look how he threw it. Like, he didn't even throw it.
Receiver. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it take it away.
Bro, how did I miss that tackle, yo? Like, yo.
I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Yeah.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25.
Nah, I ain't cut it off.
Line.
It's off.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, LA! How about that? Their quarterback, 76 yards. And the Rams do gain a bit of respectability. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in his career. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
He fell forward and got all his yards back.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
You got that off. The one time this nigga actually does something in this game, he gets the ball off.
And it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
He got to that.
Picked off at the 24. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time that happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Let's get it.
I don't.
This time Taylor will throw.
Bro, I fumbled on the kickoff at halftime, and he scored.
And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go.
It was 17-0 at halftime.
Black 20s. Check black 21. Hey, me and you all day.
Yeah, that's Roethlisberger.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Finds his running back, James Conner. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Roethlisberger now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Taylor.
He just tried doing a move and he was going to score me, but nope, clicked off.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl.
Man, I don't watch these fireworks. I'm in here.
Back to the Steel City.